Wildfire Chapter 14, Land of 1,000 Dances. On my walk back to the Jeep, I remember something Dad once did with the snowmobile. To make sure it didn't get stolen, he pulled the main spark plug wire and took it with him. No spark, no steal, he said with a smile. Doubtful there was anyone around to steal the Jeep, but I can't risk it, not with our lives at stake. I lift the hood and follow his example. Thanks, Dad. When I return with canned goods for supper, Delphi is perched on an old porch rocker, looking very pleased with herself. The door to the cottage is open. You broke in? Nope. She holds up a key, found it under the mat. The sun is already low in the sky, and the shuttered windows make the inside of the cottage dim. What's in there? Delphi shrugs. I don't know, I was waiting for you. I ease down into a chair. We're probably breaking the law just being here. Trespassing, right? Said the boy who stole a Jeep. Borrowed, I responded quickly. Whatever, this is what they call a special circumstance. We're two kids lost in the woods, running from a forest fire, okay? I don't think they'll send us to prison for seeing if there's anything inside that can help us survive. That makes sense, but it still feels wrong. The pond, the empty dock, the comfortable old porch furniture, it all looks private, like we're intruding on a family. But Delphi is right. What if there's a phone in there, or food and water, like at the logging camp? Okay, let's take a look. It takes a moment for my eyes to adjust to the deep shadows inside the cabin. Our footsteps echo in a way that makes me think the place is hollow somehow. Then I realize not hollow, but empty. It even smells empty. There's nothing inside but hot, stale air and an old broom leaning against a bare wall. No furniture, no pictures on the walls, no wood for the stone fireplace. The cupboard doors are open and the shelves are bare. No food, water, or supplies. No candles, lanterns, or flashlights. Nothing. Whoever they were, the owners, they're gone. Delphi sighs. Gone for a long time. Years, probably. Look at the dust. Sorry. It's not your fault. She's being polite, but sounds heartbroken. Delphi pulls open a kitchen drawer, looking for silverware. At first glance, it seems to be as empty as the cupboards, until she reaches to the very back. Then her eyes get bigger. I've got something, she exclaims. A phone! It's a phone! But her excitement doesn't last long. The object from the drawer is about the same size and shape as the old flip phone, but it's not. It's a small, self-powered emergency radio with a crank on the side. Turn the crank fast for a couple of minutes and the radio will play for a little while. I take it from her and check it out. This is really cool, Delphi. My dad had one of these. He used it for the weather reports when we were hiking, so we'd get warnings of thunderstorms or flash floods, like that. With the hand crank, you don't have to worry about batteries. Maybe we can find out where the fire is headed. Delphi isn't listening. She hobbles out to the porch, keeping her back turned. I know better than to say anything. Plenty of times I've wanted to cry myself from frustration and fear and not knowing what happens next. Out here in the blazing heat, running from a fire, all you have to do is take a wrong turn, make a bad decision, and you turn into a crispy critter. No second chances once the flames catch up. I can't imagine a worse way to die, but I can't help thinking about it, even though I'm pretty sure we're way ahead of the fire. Anyhow, if Delphi wants to shed a few tears, I'm not going to say a word about it. No way. I go to the opposite end of the porch and fiddle with the radio, turning the hand crank as fast as I can. After 30 cranks, I switch it on. Static. I rotate the dial. More static. Behind me, Delphi goes, try pulling out the antenna. Extending the antenna seems to help, but mostly the static is just louder. I give the thing a few more cranks, then fiddle with the dial again. This time a faint but familiar voice weaves through the static. I turn slowly, aiming the antenna until the voice sharpens. The voice that did our wake-up call, followed by golden oldies. Fat Freddie Bell. Usually he's joking around, but not this time. This time he's dead serious. Reporting that more than 15,000 acres of dry timberland have been engulfed by wind-driven flames in the last 48 hours. In some areas, a wall of flame has spread a mile in less than an hour, leaving nothing but smoldering ash behind. Firefighters are working hard, but they haven't been able to stop it. What started this fire is yet undetermined. Could be a careless camper or what they call dry lightning, But whatever started it, officials fear that this may be worse than the Great Fire of 1947 that burned from the mountains to the sea, destroying town after town. Unless we get some rain. Boy, do we need rain. So we're praying for rain. We're dancing for rain. That's right. You host Fat Freddie Bell is dancing right now in the RPZ studio, making a fool of himself. Come on, let's all get up and dance. Old and young, everybody, dance until it rains. The voice blends into music, wild rocking music about the land of 1,000 dances, but it quickly fades to static. Delphi tucks the radio into her backpack and then looks at me with worried eyes. We're in bad trouble.